Hello, everyone. This is TCSN Live, and I'm Adam Pride. And I'm here with Madelyn Hoffman, and we just lost Jose, so I'm jumping in. Hi, Madelyn. Thank
Hi,
you
Adam.
so much for coming on our show. We're so excited to have you.
It's my pleasure to be on. I'm really happy everything worked together so that I could be on today. Perfect.
Right on. Thank you. So your whole background is amazing. We're just going to turn it right over to you, and you tell us what you're doing in Jersey and governor and everything. Let us hear it.
All right. Well, I'm the New Jersey Green Party's candidate for governor this go round, 2021. And last night we sort of crashed. I'm going to put crashed in air quotes, the gubernatorial debate here in New Jersey, because the gubernatorial debate, so-called, in New Jersey featured only the Democrat and the Republican. Those of us who are from third parties, we were shut out because the state of New Jersey has this requirement that we have to raise $490,000 in order to qualify to be in the debates. So we're $10,000 shy of $500,000 necessary to qualify. And people who understand politics, follow politics, know to raise $490,000 or $500,000, basically, you have to cater to the special interests. You have to have connections to the special interests, and the Green Party doesn't do that. The Green Party takes no money from corporations, takes no money from political action committees, and represents the people. We listen to the people, we work with the people, we organize with the people, we advocate for the people. And so we were outside of the New Jersey Performing Arts Center yesterday with a podium, a simple podium, and we were outside for over an hour, and we were answering every question that was being asked on the inside. It was kind of, we were first not allowed into the Performing Arts Center to be on the debate stage because of that monetary requirement. And then when we started to use amplification and a microphone and a loudspeaker, the police came up on us in less than 2 minutes and said, "You can't do that." Meanwhile, the Democrat and Republican sides, they were arguing with each other for over an hour, for about an hour and a half, using loudspeaker equipment. And we weren't able to do that. We weren't allowed. So we live streamed the whole thing, and anyone who's interested can go to my Facebook page, Madelyn Hoffman for Governor of New Jersey, and see it and watch it. The questions were not really pointed in the direction of the Green Party of New Jersey, but I tried to turn most of the questions into an opportunity to make a point about the Green Party of New Jersey. Whether it would be about the eco-socialist Green New Deal and the need for the state of New Jersey to right now take action to move ourselves off of fossil fuels. Governor Murphy and company have said, oh, we can get 50% renewables by the year 2030. And 100% renewables by 2050, and it's I see the puzzlement in your face on your face. Who's talking about another 30 years before we get climate change and climate chaos and emissions of greenhouse gases? Who's talking about another 30 years to get it under control? We don't have that kind of time. All the experts say, scientific experts say, we don't have that kind of time. Right. So that's one big part of what we're pushing for as Greens, is an eco-socialist Green New Deal, which addresses greenhouse gases. So no more permits for pipelines, no more permits for power plants that use fracked gas. And at the same time, we want to guarantee a workers' bill of rights. It's important that our workers, we saw that during the pandemic. You lose your job, you lose your health insurance.
Right.
And this is not something that we believe in. You can't pay your rent, and there will be there's a moratorium on rents and mortgages now. But when that moratorium is lifted, then what? 18 months of back rent, back mortgage, or 20 months, and then you have to keep current as well. There's so much that we have to address. Single payer, improved and expanded Medicare for all.
Yeah.
People need that health insurance coverage.
And I want to underline the point that New Jersey is a trifecta state. It has the Democrats running the governorship and both chambers in the Congress. And I hate to bring it back to the duopoly, but it just seems to be the issue of the day, where we see a Democratic senator in Joe Manchin holding up, the whole legislative operation at the Capitol, really underlining the point why we need a multitude of parties and viewpoints to be uplifted in our representative democracy. Can you weigh in a little bit, any more than that?
I could. I know we don't have much time, but
right.
I could take up the next 2 hours on that. I mean, all we have to think about, all we need to think about at this moment to prove your point is what's happening at the border with Haitian refugees. Mm-hmm. The images of white men on horseback with whips going after the Haitian refugees as they cross the borders. I haven't heard any condemnation coming out of the White House. I haven't heard any condemnation coming from Governor Murphy's mouth right here as a Democrat in New Jersey. Everybody, when it was Donald Trump, it was Trump, 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 Trump. He's so horrible. He's so this, he's so that. Yes, he was. But the Democrats are doing the same thing, or something similar. And we're not hearing the people, right? We're not hearing Democrats speak out against it. They're only going to speak out against it if it's a Republican doing this. So in effect, we're saying the two are the same, because if you're only going to condemn the Republican when your own president does it, you say nothing. The end result is basically the same for both political parties. And, we have a bloated military budget of $800 billion. I was talking about this a lot last night. Yes, as a governor, we would be working at the state level, not the federal level. But if we cut the military budget by half, because, we can do that safely. We've looked at that, and we can still be very strong militarily. We have 50 states, right? Actually, I was looking at 200. That's 25%, 200 billion divided by 50 states. That's $40 billion per state to do and take care of the things that all the states need. But I shouldn't say nobody, but not enough in either political party is saying anything about cutting the military budget. And, if we did that, if we cut the military budget, money for education, student debt forgiveness, single payer health care, cancellation of rents, not a moratorium on rents, cancellation of mortgages, living wage of at least $22 an hour. There's a lot of things we could do to reprioritize and shift our country's priorities. But, Biden promised a minimum wage increase. Oh, yeah? Where is it? Governor Murphy stopped the supplement for unemployment benefits. Where are those? When it comes down to the economics and taking care of low to moderate income people, neither of these political parties addresses it. And you can see it even by them saying to us, in order to be in the debate and to raise your voice and to be heard, you have to raise basically $500,000. Come on, get serious about this.
On that note, and not to take up more of your time then, how can our viewers get involved in your race? What can they do to uplift your efforts in New Jersey and get more, not just on the ballot for you in November?
Well, you put, that's my Facebook page is scrolling. You had our website up there before, HoffmanForGovNJ.com. You can volunteer. You can make a donation. We're getting radio spots out because we have a lot of support from youth in New Jersey. And this is where the sense of urgency comes from. People who are under the age of 30, they know we don't have 30 years to wait to address climate change. And so we're going to get the radio spots out. We're going to get Facebook ads out. So if you go to my website, hoffmanforgovnj.com, you can make a donation there and help us do that and get our message out. You can also sign up to get a lawn sign. We'll deliver it to you. We want the whole state to know that we're out here and there's another choice, even while the duopoly does its best to keep us quiet.
I really appreciate your efforts, and we're going to be rooting for you down here at the Collective Social Network. Madelyn Hoffman for governor. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you so much for having me.